Years ago, after a patch weekend, the help desk lit up. One line of business app would not start on a chunk of servers. The first admin opened services.msc on server 1, then server 2, then server 3. 40 minutes later we knew almost nothing except that everyone was irritated. The answer was not hidden. It was buried in raw service output across too many machines. One pipeline told us which service was stopped, which boxes had it disabled, and which ones needed the app team. That is where Where-Object earns its keep. The naive way works until it doesn't. Get service on one machine is readable. Get service across 50 machines becomes a wall. Event logs are worse. Active Directory is worse again, because the directory may happily return thousands of users when you only needed disabled accounts in one organizational unit. Or OU. Graphical consoles are fine for inspection, but they encourage eyeballing and screenshots. At fleet scale, that becomes slow and error-prone. PowerShell's job is not to print everything. Your job is to shape the object stream, so the console shows an answer. Think of command output as objects moving down a pipe. Where-Object filters rows, keep this object, discard that one. SelectObject chooses columns, show name and status, not every property the object carries. SortObject controls order, so the worst, newest, largest, or oldest items rise to the top. The comparison operators from last episode drive the filters. -EQ for equals, -NE for not equals, -like for wildcard matching, -match for regular expressions when you truly need them. In admin work, this pattern repeats everywhere. Get objects, filter the set, sort if needed, then select the fields humans need. Start simple. Get service pipe Where-Object status EQ running returns only running services. Then pipe select object name, status, StartType, so you are not staring at extra properties. For a quick top-end report, run get process pipe sort object CPU, descending pipe select object first 10, name, ID, CPU. That means sort all processes by CPU, highest first, then take 10. My preferred admin order is filter, sort, select. Filter early to shrink the work. Sort only the remaining objects. Select at the end, so you do not throw away properties you still need for filtering or sorting. Here is a safe morning after incident question. What were the latest system errors on this server? In Windows PowerShell 5.1 and PowerShell 7 on Windows, this works. Get event log, log name system, newest 500, pipe, Where-Object entry type, EQ error, pipe sort object, time generated descending, pipe, select object, first 10, time generated, source, event ID, message. Notice we do not start with the whole log. Newest 500 limits the initial pull. Where-Object keeps only errors. Sort object puts newest first. Select object keeps the 4 columns you can paste into a ticket. It is read-only, repeatable, and better than scrolling event viewer. First, pitfall. Where-Object is powerful, but it is not always the fastest place to filter. Filter left. If a commandlet has a native -filter parameter, use it when you can. Get-ChildItem -filter star.log is better than getting every file and piping to Where-Object name -like star.log. Active Directory commandlets make this even more important because server-side filtering avoids dragging the directory over the network. Second pitfall, do not select object too early, then wonder why sort object CPU fails. You removed CPU. In Windows PowerShell 5.1, output formatting can also hide properties. Use getMember or select object-property star when inspecting. This is a foundation skill because almost every later admin task depends on it. Active Directory cleanup is Where-Object and select object, plus better server-side filters. Group Policy Object or GPO reporting is sorting and selecting the settings that matter. Access Control List or ACL audits are filters over identities and rights. Event Log Triage is filtering time, source, level, and event ID. Fleet Automation starts with read-only discovery, and discovery is just controlled output. If you learn to shape objects cleanly now, later scripts become boring in the best possible way. Predictable, reviewable, and safe. Take 10 minutes on your workstation or a test virtual machine. First, run get service pipe Where-Object status EQ stopped. Pipe sort object name pipe select object, first 10 name, status, StartType. Second, run get process pipe sort object working set 64, descending. Pipe select object first 10 name ID, working set 64. Third, run Get-ChildItem C Windows System 32, filter star.dll pipe sort object length, descending. Pipe select object first 10 name, length, LastWriteTime. These are read-only commands. Do not stop services. Do not delete files. Your goal is to see how the answer changes when you move Where-Object, Sort-Object, and Select-Object. 3 beats to keep. First, Where-Object filters rows using the same operators you just learned, -eq, -ne, -like, and friends. Second, Select-Object picks columns, and Select-Object first 10 after Sort-Object gives you a quick top-end report. Third, filter left. If a commandlet can filter at the source, use that before piping a mountain of objects into memory. Next time, we will keep building the object pipeline so your commands become reusable admin tools, not one-off console tricks. New PowerShell episode daily on this channel.